Update. He married me, then called me ugly at a party. So I shared about this incident with my friends, and they have urged me to make plans with them to go to Barcelona myself. I agreed, and we went to do a bit of shopping for it. I have been feeling way better now after talking to them, and all the support you guys gave too, so I'm grateful. My husband had been texting me continuously for a while now. I am staying at my friend's house for a while. I texted him saying that I wasn't happy with the company he kept, and told him about what his friend did, showing me their pictures. I also told him that he admitted I was ugly to his friends. He's answered by saying that he was mostly drunk and didn't mean it, and that he and his friends' culture is where it's normal to comment on people's appearances and not take it to heart, and said all the cheesy stuff after that about how he still thinks I'm really beautiful. But I can't accept that anymore. He said he'll talk to his friends about it and ask them to apologize. I also told him that I can leave if he still has feelings for his friend, and he said that it was all a past fling and there's a reason they broke up. He told me I'm the one he wants to have kids with, but I feel like he wants me to be a baby-producing machine for his family. I am still looking for a lawyer, and my brother has offered me help too. He got really angry after hearing about the situation. I have a place of my own where I might shift to after I come back from the trip. My husband is back to constantly calling, though I texted him to stop, and he hasn't done anything yet. I'm still a bit confused, but I think this trip is going to help me clear my mind. I haven't told him anything yet, and I am thinking of blocking him on my socials, though my friends suggest he see that I am living my best even without him. We only talked over text, and I've already planned a trip with my friends. Hope we get another update. Story 2. I thought my husband was bad at sex. Until our threesome, I started dating my husband when I was 22 and he was 23. We dated for a while and married when I was 24 and he was 25. I've had 3 boyfriends before him, and those were the only men I'd slept with up to that point. Everything about our relationship marriage was great, except the sex. I thought he was bad at it. I'd try to talk to him about it and try some things, but it just wasn't working out. I was okay with it because I love everything about him, so I figured we could make do without the mind-blowing sex. Back at the beginning of December, I decided to sit down and talk with him. I told him that I believe both of us could use some spice in our sex life and proposed that we open our relationship. I told him that we could both learn more and bring that knowledge into our own sex life. He seemed a bit disturbed by it, but I gently told him that I loved him more than anything, and that I also needed to learn more so that I could please him better. I realize now that I should have cut it when he looked disturbed, but I'm clueless. He thought about it for a couple of days and agreed. We set ground rules. Nobody we know. We both tell each other when we have dates and show each other the person. No details unless the other person wanted them, and absolutely no bringing them into our home. We were slated to start in January to kick off the new year. We both started getting a lot of attention on apps. We were both hooking up with other people frequently, to the point where our sex life declined. I wasn't having good experiences, really, and started to maybe think I wasn't the one who was good at this. He seemed to be such a different person. He seemed happier and more energetic. I guess I got jealous and decided that I wanted to experience whatever he was getting and decided that we should have a threesome with another woman together. He initially declined because he said if he did that, then he'd have to let me have an MFM threesome to keep it fair, and he didn't want that. I told him I didn't want it and that I wanted to experience another girl with him. He accepted it and reiterated that this was my idea, that we aren't doing MFM, and that if that's a problem, to tell him now so we can scrap the idea. I told him I was okay with it and went to my Tinder to add a woman to my queue and started searching. This is where shit hits the fan. We are in February now. I found a woman, 24, who was cute and down to be with us. We met with her at a restaurant the next weekend and had a great time chatting with her, and we trusted her and brought her home. We started getting into it, and immediately things were not well for me. They were primal with each other. He's hitting moves that I've never even seen, and she's enjoying it. And when he switched to me, it went back to being awkward. It was like I shut down and didn't know what to do, and he would ask me what he could do to make it better. I had no idea because they were enjoying each other, and I was the odd one out. I told him nothing, and that we should continue, even though I wanted to go and hide. At one point, he was going at her from behind with more vigor than I've ever seen and grabbing her hair, her eyes rolling back as she moaned like an animal. And he gestured his hand over to me so he could bring me in and kiss me, and I accepted, but was so out of it at that point. In the end, I tried to finish him off by giving him head, but after a while, he didn't finish. And she volunteered to try, and once again, she excelled at head and got him to finish rather quickly. Afterwards, she left, and I was just shattered. I got in the shower and began crying quietly, and he came in, hopped in with me to be romantic, but noticed and hugged me. We got out, we talked, and I said I had never seen him be so primal like that. It was animalistic. I felt like he enjoyed that way more than anything we'd ever done. And I felt like I could never get him to the point that she did, and I felt horrible. I told him that it wasn't his fault and that this was all my doing. He held me as I cried, and we eventually went to sleep. Since then, I've been severely depressed. I have no libido and turn my hubby down when he tries to initiate. When he plans dates, I just say that I'm not feeling up to it. I feel horrible about that too, because I'm pushing him away for something I thought I wanted. I know he feels guilty, and he apologizes profusely, and has even closed the marriage. But I just feel so unlovable and ugly that I have no energy for anything. I don't know what to do, and I feel like I'm single-handedly ruining our marriage by being bad at sex, putting us in this position, and then pushing him away. Thank you for reading. I know I'm just rambling, but I'm so lost and needed to vent this out. Okay, that was a wild one. Let's start story 3. My girlfriend's ultimate betrayal, how I found out she was cheating with 4 guys. So, yeah, never thought I'd be posting here, but man, I need to get this off my chest. Been with my girl for 3 years and was legit saving for a ring and everything. Then her phone starts blowing up at 2 a.m. like every night. She's all, it's just work stuff. But like, at 2 a.m.? Come on. I know everyone says don't go through your partner's phone, but whatever, I did it anyway. And holy crap. My life just exploded right there. It wasn't just one dude. 4 different guys. All these separate convos with pics I never want to see again, them planning hookups, and the worst part, they were all joking about me. One was my best friend since we were kids, another was her boss, classic, our freaking neighbor from down the hall, and that gay friend she was always hanging out with who, surprise, surprise, wasn't gay. This had been going on for like 8 months while I was working double shifts to save for our future and stuff. When I finally confronted her, I thought she'd at least try to deny it or cry or something. Nope. She straight up laughed and was like, "Took you long enough to figure it out." Said I was too predictable and she was bored. My so-called best friend texted later saying, "It wasn't personal and these things happen." Like, WTF, man? I just grabbed my stuff that night while she went out to clear her head, which probably meant hooking up with one of them, to be honest. It's been like 2 months now. Moved to a different city, blocked all their asses, and started therapy because I was messed up. Then yesterday she called from some random number, crying about how she made a huge mistake. Turns out the boss dude fired her after getting what he wanted. The neighbor moved away, my ex-friend got busted by his girlfriend, and the gay friend ghosted her once he got bored. She had the nerve to ask if we could work things out. I just laughed and hung up. Some things you just can't fix, and finding out your girlfriend's been living a whole secret life with 4 other dudes. Yeah, that's one of them. Okay, now let's start story 4. Wife slept with a guy multiple times. I am 31 male, and my wife, 35 years old, has been married for 3 years, together for 6. Everything seemed great, and we both have good jobs. We own a house. Sex life was great. We both were happy, or so I thought. A few months ago, she came home and hit me with how unhappy she is, and has been going through the motions for a long time now, and may want a divorce. But before that, she wanted to work on it and see if we could work it out. So I agreed. So we separated but lived in the same house. She stayed in the master bedroom, and I slept downstairs. We both agreed not to see other people since we were going to try to work things out. So anyway, after about 2 months, we seemed to be making progress. Slowly, but we were getting there. Then out of the blue, she started to come home late, acting weird on the phone and giving me the cold shoulder. Since we are technically married but separated, I didn't do anything about it initially, but after about 2 weeks of it, I confronted her about it. She confessed that she's been talking to a guy since she told me she's been unhappy, and that they've hooked up multiple times. She claims that she feels so guilty about it and regrets it. But multiple times? She also claims that she is done talking to him and ends it. I don't know what to believe or what to do. It did feel like progress was being made, but after this news, I don't know. What do you guys think? Last but not least, the 5th and final story. Wife had an emotional affair with a guy out of state. Advice. I fucking knew it. For about a month, maybe even longer, I had this suspicion. She would be on her phone, then as soon as I walked in, she would nervously close the iMessage app. I called her out on it. She said it was nothing. I didn't believe her. Fast forward to yesterday morning, I couldn't take it anymore. She was sleeping, but she had her phone on the table. Usually she sleeps with it in her hands or super close to her, another sign. I grabbed the phone and unlocked it. She left his message open, so it was the first thing I saw. My heart dropped. I haven't been eating, I haven't been sleeping for weeks. Right now, it's 3:40 a.m., and I'm at a complete loss. The last couple of years have been rough, no denying that. I got an infection in my leg that spread and nearly killed me. I'm just now healing. I have the weirdest feeling. It's like I'm numb and in pain at the same time. As much as I hate her right now, I still love her, and she is the mother of my children. Part of me wants to reconcile, but the other part wants nothing to do with her. I can't even look at her right now. I don't know what to do, and I need advice. I always heard the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. Is that true? Edit. After serious thinking and talking to you guys, I would say there is a 50% or greater chance that it was physical. Thank you very much for listening or watching. It helps to support this channel either way. We greatly appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to further support and not miss another story. Until next time, have a great day or night.